My mother didn't bother softening her words. "Maybe if you were more like your sister," she said, glowing with pride, as everyone clapped for Chloe's brand new attorney job. Laughter rolled across the table, warm and effortless, like I was the punchline everyone had agreed on years ago. Dad nodded along. Mark added something about real careers. Every pair of eyes slid past me as if I wasn't even sitting there. I smiled the way you do when you are bleeding on the inside. While they celebrated Chloe's perfect path, the TV in the corner quietly played the evening news. I didn't know it yet, but everything was already in motion. I grew up in a house where success wasn't optional. It was scripted. College. Respectable major. Respectable job. Respectable spouse. Chloe followed the blueprint perfectly. I didn't. That made me the anomaly. My achievements never made it to the fridge. Not because they were small, but because they didn't fit the picture my parents wanted the world to see. And still some part of me hoped that one day they would finally see me. The rehearsal dinner felt less like family and more like a stage play. And everyone knew their role except me. Gold lights lined the ballroom. White roses filled tall glass vases. Chloe and Mark moved through the room like royalty. I stayed near the edges, invisible, by habit. My seat card said table 9, near the kitchen doors. Chloe passed me without stopping. "Make sure you wear something elegant tomorrow," she said lightly. "The photographers will be everywhere." Mark laughed later about how tech people struggled with formal events. I didn't defend myself. I never did. They called my startup a phase. A hobby. Something I'd grow out of. Even when Lumo's play exploded globally, I stayed quiet, not out of spite, but survival. That night, Chloe practiced her speech. She smiled and said, "Real ambition requires a serious career." The room chuckled. I didn't cry. I didn't argue. But something inside me shifted. Not anger, clarity. The wedding was flawless, magazine perfect. Once again I was placed at table 9. Back corner, near the kitchen. Noise. My parents didn't notice. Speeches began. Kahlo thanked our parents for teaching stability and the right path. Mark praised her real work ethic. Dad talked about true success. Every pause pointed at me without saying my name. Then my phone buzzed. Forbes list drops in B's. Around the room, phones began lighting up. The TV flickered breaking news banner. Someone whispered, "Wait, is that her?" My name appeared on the screen. Kate Morgan, youngest self-made billionaire in gaming. Forks froze. Bets stopped. Every head turned toward table 9. For the first time in my life, the entire room saw me. Ava reached my table. "Kate, congratulations. The story is live." I stood. Dad stared like the ground had shifted beneath him. "This can't be real." "It is," I said calmly. Mom whispered, "Why didn't you tell us?" I tried. Chloe stepped toward me, voice shaking. "You let me think you were failing." "I never told you that," I replied. "You just believed what suited you." The room buzzed with regret or sudden respect. But I felt none of it. "I'm leaving," I said softly. "This is still your day," as I walked out. I heard someone whisper, "We were wrong about her." The morning after felt quiet in a way my life never had. Messages poured in. I ignored them all. What mattered was my mother's voicemail. Soft shaking. "We want to understand you, please." On CNBC under studio lights. I said the truth without bitterness. Sometimes the people closest to you don't see you until the world does. That evening, I returned home, not seeking approval, but setting boundaries. They listened. They apologized without excuses. And for the first time, respect replaced comparison. If you've ever worked in silence, if you've ever waited to be seen, you're not alone.